David Warner, who started his career on the British stage, including playing Hamlet with the Royal Shakespeare Company when he was just 24, then gravitated toward film and television, accumulating more than 200 credits, including The Omen, Time After Time, TRON, Titanic and Wallander. He was 80. His family said in a statement that the cause of death, at Denville Hall, a retirement home for actors, was a cancer-related illness. Although Mr. Warner played a wide variety of roles, he may have been most frequently identified with villainous ones. He was Jack the Ripper in Time After Time in 1979, 2 years later, in Time Bandits, his character was named simply Evil Genius. In TRON, the 1982 film in which Jeff Bridges's character, Kevin Flynn, is transported into the innards of a computer, he was Flynn's nemesis in both the real and the virtual world. "I've never been asked to play the happy, romantic lead," Mr. Warner told the British newspaper The Independent in. "So getting the girl is something that has never happened to me. I've worked with some extraordinarily beautiful women, but they never want to stay with me." Not that he minded roles like the one in TRON. "It was fun to see it with an audience," he told the New York Times in 1982, "Hear them boo me and my gang." Some actors have a relatively brief run of success, but Mr. Warner remained employable for an extraordinarily long time. In his first full decade in film and TV, the 1970s, he gathered more than 24 credits, in the 1990s, more than 80. He had a face that seemed adaptable to almost any occasion, whether the role demanded anonymity or complexity. "Somehow he makes his face almost perfectly forgettable, like any one of 1,000 faces seen in a bus station," Vincent Canby wrote in The Times in 1968, assessing Mr. Warner's portrayal. Some 35 years later, Emily Young, who directed him in the 2003 drama Kiss of Life, said basically the opposite. "David has such a physical presence," she told The Independent. "He seems to hold his life's experiences in his frame and in his face." It was the director Peter Hall, at the time the artistic director of the Royal Shakespeare Company, who elevated the youthful Mr. Warner to theatrical prominence, casting him in several high-profile roles, including the lead in Hamlet in 1965. Mr. Warner gave a decidedly different interpretation of the role than theatergoers were used to, and critics were divided.